There is a quiet secret about aging that almost no one talks about yet. It determines how long you live, how sharp your memory stays, and how strong your heart remains after the age of 70. It is not a vitamin, a medication, or a special diet. It is not exercise, money, or genetics. The secret is something so ordinary that you may overlook its power entirely: the number of hours you sleep each night. Many seniors think sleep becomes less important as they age, but the truth is the opposite. After 70, sleep becomes one of the most powerful predictors of survival, longevity, brain protection, and emotional stability. And here is the shocking part. Most seniors in America are getting far less sleep than their bodies need, and it is slowly stealing years from their lives without them noticing. Every geriatric doctor knows this, and sleep researchers talk about it constantly, but very few seniors have ever heard the true numbers. Not getting the right amount of sleep after 70 can increase the risk of heart attacks, strokes, high blood pressure, insulin resistance, nighttime falls, memory decline, depression, and even early dementia. But getting the correct number of hours, the sweet spot, acts almost like a natural medicine that requires no prescription, no pharmacy, and no side effects. Imagine waking up feeling more steady on your feet, more mentally clear, more emotionally balanced, and more alive, simply because you adjusted your sleep by 1 or 2 hours. This is something 72-year-old Walter from Ohio discovered unexpectedly. For years, he believed that seniors just don't need much sleep because his father only slept 5 hours a night. Walter followed that habit for decades. He felt foggy in the mornings, irritable during the day, and forgetful at night, but he assumed it was just old age. One day, his daughter insisted that he mention his sleep patterns to his doctor. After listening to Walter describe his 5-hour routine, the doctor gently said, "You are not sleeping enough for your age. At your stage of life, that is dangerous." Walter was stunned. He always thought he slept what old people sleep, but he never knew that his brain and heart were quietly suffering. Within 2 weeks of adjusting his sleep schedule to the proper hours for someone over 70, his mood improved, his memory became clearer, and he even stopped feeling lightheaded in the early morning. Stories like his are incredibly common because seniors rarely receive direct education about sleep. Most were raised during a time when rest was considered lazy and productivity was a badge of honor. Many believe waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning is normal for older folks. Many think afternoon naps make up for lost nighttime sleep, and many simply accept poor sleep as an unavoidable part of aging. But science says otherwise. Your brain, your heart, your immune system, and your hormonal system still rely on sleep, perhaps more now than ever. Before we go deeper into the 5 points, I want to paint a clear picture of why this topic is so urgent. After 70, your sleep architecture changes dramatically. Deep sleep. The stage your brain uses to repair itself becomes lighter and shorter. REM sleep, the stage that stabilizes memory and emotional health, becomes more fragile. Your circadian rhythm shifts earlier, meaning your body may get sleepy before you want it to. Melatonin production decreases. Nighttime awakenings increase. And because of all of these changes, the number of hours you sleep becomes absolutely critical. 1 hour too little or too much can change everything. Here is the good news. Today you will finally learn the exact number of hours seniors after 70 need to protect their hearts, improve their memory, reduce inflammation, sharpen focus, and extend their lifespan. You will also learn the 5 essential truths about senior sleep that doctors wish every older adult knew: truths about naps, sleep cycles, nighttime awakenings, hormone changes, and the difference between feeling fine and sleeping enough. Before we go on, if you find this helpful so far, please comment below, hit like, and subscribe so you never miss another video from Senior Ways. Your support helps us continue bringing important health lessons to seniors who deserve clarity and confidence. Now let's move into the 5 essential points, beginning with the most misunderstood question of all. What is the exact number of hours someone over 70 truly needs to live longer? Point number 1. The ideal sleep range. After 70 is 7 to 8 hours, not less and not more. The truth that surprises most seniors is that the ideal amount of sleep after the age of 70 is between 7 and 8 hours every single night. Not 5, not 10, not whatever I can get. Your body becomes more sensitive to sleep quantity as you age, and drifting outside this range, either too little or too much, increases your risk of cognitive decline, heart problems, weakened immunity, and premature aging. Take 73-year-old Elaine from Kentucky. For years, she believed older people only need 5 hours because she had always been an early riser. At first, she felt proud of waking up before sunrise every day. But as time went on, she noticed subtle changes, slower thinking, difficulty remembering names, and moments of dizziness when she stood up too quickly. Her doctor asked a question no one had ever asked her before. "How long do you sleep?" When she answered 5 hours, he shook his head and said, "At your age, that is not enough to keep your brain healthy." Elaine was shocked. She always believed sleep decreases with age, but scientific research says the opposite. Seniors still need almost the same amount of sleep as adults in their 30s and 40s. Her doctor explained that deep sleep becomes more fragile as we age, so seniors need enough total hours to preserve the small amount of deep restorative sleep they can still get. Without it, the brain cannot clear toxins, balance hormones, or consolidate memory. When Elaine finally began sleeping closer to 7.5 hours, she noticed changes she never expected. Her memory improved, her mood stabilized. She felt more balanced when standing up, and even her digestion improved. This is the power of hitting the correct number, not more, not less. 7 to 8 hours is not a suggestion. It is the scientifically supported longevity range for seniors. When older adults sleep below 7 hours, the risk of heart disease nearly doubles. When they sleep more than 9 hours, the risk of early mortality increases. Balance is everything. Point number 2. Seniors who sleep less than 7 hours experience faster memory decline, even if they feel fine. Many seniors tell their doctors, 5 or 6 hours is enough for me. I wake up feeling fine. But sleep researchers warn that feeling fine is not the same as aging well. Memory loss does not happen overnight. It builds slowly when the brain is deprived of the restorative sleep stages it needs. Seniors often adapt to poor sleep without realizing their brain is quietly losing resilience each year. This is exactly what happened to 78-year-old Leonard from Arizona. He often told people he never needed much sleep and bragged that he went to bed at 11 and woke up at 4 every morning. He felt proud to be up before everyone else. But over the years, he noticed something unsettling. He misplaced objects more easily. He struggled to recall conversations, and he sometimes forgot why he walked into a room. His daughter became concerned and took him to a neurologist. After reviewing his lifestyle, the doctor said gently, "Leonard, you are not sleeping enough for your brain to function at its best. After 75 hours is not enough to protect your memory." The neurologist explained that seniors need adequate sleep to maintain synaptic strength, clear metabolic waste, and store new information. Even more shocking, the neurologist told Leonard that the brain flushes out harmful proteins, including the ones associated with Alzheimer's disease, almost entirely during deep sleep. Without enough hours, the brain cannot complete this cleansing process. It becomes like a dishwasher that shuts off halfway through the cycle. Leonard took the advice seriously and extended his nights to 7 hours. Within weeks, he felt sharper, more present, and less frustrated with daily forgetfulness. His daughter noticed he repeated himself less often and felt more confident in conversations. The lesson is clear. Seniors who consistently sleep fewer than 7 hours age faster cognitively, even if they believe they are functioning well. Memory decline often sneaks in quietly, and the brain silently works overtime when it does not receive the full night's rest it needs. Point number 3. Oversleeping. More than 9 hours raises health risks, not because you're rested, but because your body is struggling. Many seniors believe that more sleep must be better, But after 70, consistently sleeping more than 9 hours per night is not a sign of deep rest. It is often the body's early cry for help. Oversleeping can indicate hidden inflammation, weak heart function, thyroid problems, nutritional deficiencies, or silent depression. Long sleep duration also disrupts circadian rhythm, reduces mobility, and weakens daytime energy. 76-year-old Marjorie from Indiana learned this lesson unexpectedly. She had always been an energetic woman, but after her husband passed away, she began sleeping longer, sometimes 10 or 11 hours. She assumed her body was catching up on rest. But as months passed, she noticed that she felt more tired instead of more energized. She had headaches in the morning, swollen ankles, and a sense that something wasn't quite right. Her daughter insisted she mention her sleep habits to her doctor. When the doctor heard the number, he became serious. Marjorie sleeping more than 9 hours is not normal for someone your age. Something is disturbing your system. After running tests, they discovered low vitamin B12 anemia and early signs of heart strain, all conditions known to increase fatigue and prolong sleep. Marjorie was shocked. She always assumed long sleep was healthy, but her body was using extra sleep to compensate for problems, not to regenerate. Once her conditions were treated, her sleep naturally decreased to 7.5 hours, and she felt more alive than she had in years. Doctors warn that oversleeping in seniors is not restorative. It is a warning sign. It disrupts hormone balance, lowers mobility, and reduces the brain's alertness. After 70, your goal is not as much sleep as possible, but the right amount of sleep, the number that supports your longevity, instead of draining it. Point number 4, afternoon, naps. Longer than 30 minutes, disrupt night sleep and shorten total lifespan over time. Many seniors love taking naps, and naps can be incredibly helpful, but only when they are short and controlled. After 70, napping longer than 30 minutes creates a sleep imbalance that reduces the quality of nighttime rest. Long naps trick the brain into believing it has already completed part of its recovery cycle. As a result, falling asleep at night becomes harder, staying asleep becomes more difficult, and deep sleep becomes shorter. 80-year-old Harold from Michigan struggled with this for years. He loved his long afternoon naps, sometimes stretching into 90 minutes. He felt refreshed in the moment, but his nights became restless. He tossed and turned, woke up multiple times, and sometimes couldn't fall asleep until 2 in the morning. Over time, he became forgetful, irritable, and unsteady on his feet. He blamed it all on aging. During a routine appointment, his doctor asked Harold, "How long do you nap?" When Harold said an hour or longer, the doctor shook his head. "That's the reason your nights are falling apart. Long daytime sleep steals your deep sleep at night." The doctor explained that the brain has a limited sleep pressure, like a bucket that slowly fills during the day. Long naps empty the bucket prematurely. By nighttime, the brain doesn't feel ready to sleep deeply. As a result, seniors miss out on the essential deep and REM sleep cycles that repair memory, stabilize emotions, restore immune strength, and support heart health. Harold decided to shorten his naps to 25 minutes. Within 2 weeks, everything changed. His nights became calmer. He fell asleep within minutes. He woke up with better clarity and improved balance. Even his daughter noticed he seemed younger in the mornings. The science is consistent. Seniors who take controlled naps live longer, think more clearly, and feel more stable. Seniors who nap too long experience disrupted nights, lower deep sleep, and increased risks of metabolic and cardiovascular issues. The key is simple: nap lightly, nap briefly, and use naps as a tool, not a replacement for nighttime rest. Point number 5, going to bed after midnight damages senior health more than losing several hours of sleep. The final and most important point is one that sleep scientists say seniors rarely understand, yet it has the strongest effect on longevity. Your bedtime matters just as much as the number of hours you sleep. After 70, the human body becomes extremely sensitive to circadian rhythm, the internal clock that controls hormones, memory, digestion, heart rate, and immune function. Going to bed after midnight disrupts this clock in ways that are more damaging than most seniors realize. Let's talk about 79-year-old Clara from Georgia. She was a cheerful woman who enjoyed watching late-night TV and scrolling on her tablet until 1 in the morning. She always told her family, "I sleep 7 hours, so I'm fine." But she didn't know that sleeping 7 hours from 1 in the morning to 8 in the morning is not the same as sleeping 7 hours from 10 at night to 5 in the morning. One evening, Clara fainted in her kitchen. The next morning, her daughter took her to the doctor. After reviewing Clara's habits, the doctor asked a simple question: "What time do you go to bed?" When Clara said, "Around 1, the doctor explained something that changed her life. Your brain repairs itself between 10 and 2. When you miss that window, your deep sleep becomes shallow, your hormones become unstable, and your risk of dementia increases." Clara was stunned. She never knew that the timing out of her sleep could affect everything: memory, blood pressure, inflammation, and even her risk of nighttime falls. Melatonin? The hormone that controls sleep is naturally highest earlier in the night. Seniors who push their bedtime past midnight force their brains to fight biology, and as a result, the brain enters deep sleep for fewer minutes. Deep sleep is where the brain removes toxins, repairs neural connections, and protects memory. Missing this window means missing the most restorative stage of the night. Clara made a commitment to shift her bedtime gradually, first to midnight, then 11:30, then 11. Within weeks, her dizziness decreased, her mood improved, and she began waking up feeling more balanced on her feet. Her daughter said she seemed brighter, more alert, and even more cheerful in the mornings. This is the power of aligning sleep with the body's natural clock. Seniors who go to bed before 11 protect their brains, protect their hearts, and protect their longevity. Seniors who regularly go to bed after midnight, even if they still get 7 hours, experience fragmentation in deep sleep, cognitive fog, emotional instability, and accelerated biological aging. Sleep is not just about duration, it is about timing. And timing after 70 becomes everything. Final thoughts. As we reach the end of this lesson, let's reflect on what you've learned today. Sleep is not simply rest. It is medicine, the one form of medicine your body produces naturally, freely, and perfectly designed for you. After 70, its importance does not shrink. It expands. It becomes one of the greatest predictors of how long you will live, how clearly you will think, and how steady your body will remain. You learned that the ideal sleep duration for seniors is 7 to 8 hours, the longevity range that supports the heart, brain, and immune system. You learned how sleeping less than 7 hours slowly accelerates memory decline, even when you feel fine, because your brain cannot complete its nightly cleaning process. You saw how oversleeping more than 9 hours is often a sign of deeper health issues and not a form of extra rest. You discovered how long daytime naps rob you of the deep sleep your brain desperately needs at night. And finally, you learned that going to bed before midnight is not a preference, it is a biological requirement that protects seniors from cognitive decline, inflammation, and nighttime instability. These 5 truths form the foundation of healthy aging. When you protect your sleep, you protect your life. Sleep becomes your nightly shield against disease, against decline, against anxiety, and against the slow erosion of your energy and clarity. And the best part, every one of these habits can be changed. You can start tonight. Before you go, I would love to hear from you. What is your biggest struggle with sleep right now? Do you fall asleep early but wake up often? Do you nap too long, or do you simply go to bed too late? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story may help another senior find hope and guidance. If you found this video helpful, please like this video, subscribe to Senior Ways, and tap the notification bell so you never miss a new lesson on aging with strength, wisdom, and dignity. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Sleep well, sleep wisely, and may tonight's rest bring you health and longevity.